Caitlin Clark
Mm-hmm.
and
I'm a fan.
Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and
I'm a
forth.
fan of both.
And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires, she will be the MJ.
StephenASmith didn't just call Angel Reese out, he slammed the brakes on her ego train so hard it left tire smoke across ESPN. And no, this isn't some made-for streaming drama with a softball arc. This was raw, unscripted reality. Angel made a move so baffling the internet collectively paused, like what thought the biggest plot twist this week was a buzzer beater. Nah, Stephen A didn't just drop a mic, he dropped a flamethrower. So what exactly did Angel do this time? Buckle up.
It's not about black and white. It's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA. You see, it was all instigated. If Angel Reese was never in Caitlin Clark's face, taunting her the way that she did when they mimicking what Caitlin Clark was doing to numerous opponents en route to the Final Four. And then Angel Reese and LSU bust their living, you know what, at that particular moment in time. And Angel Reese was in her face chirping at her the way that she did, it would have never gotten to this point.
4 points. That's the stat line. Not 14. Not even 9, just 4. Angel Reese put up a performance like she was cutting calories, not chasing wins. And the wildest part, Caitlin Clark was literally chilling on the bench, half frozen like a Gatorade ad, and still Angel couldn't rise to the moment. Spotlight. Check. Opportunity check. Execution nowhere. If that stat line had a slogan, it'd be underwhelming now, in extra small. If you're bracing for her next blooper, drop a baby giraffe in the comments right now.
First of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you lose about 35 points.
That's true.
It's not rivalry. And the Fever's on a different level than the Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own that.
Let's be real, this wasn't I'll show them. This was oops, where's the basket again? Caitlin Clark was off the court but still managed to move the needle, while Angel played like she was waiting for someone else to shine. For points isn't a stat, it's a warning sign. The basketball version of sorry for the inconvenience. At this point, Angel's game isn't demanding attention, it's filing for early retirement.
Most fans were excited to see Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever take on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. The game was a blowout as the Fever beat down Chicago 93-58, with Clark's triple-double leading the way. But the biggest headline coming out of the game on Saturday is the investigation the WNBA is conducting into allegations of hateful fan comments directed at Angel Reese. It happened after this play when Clark slapped at the ball after Reese grabbed an offensive rebound.
Yay, she snatched 12 rebounds, cool, but treating them like they're coupons. Come on, rebounds without points are just a fancy way to collect thanks for showing up awards. Scoring double digits shouldn't feel like a chore. The W said, here's your shot. Angel said, I'm good. She's treating buckets like luxury handbags, fun to have, but not worth the effort.
Angel Reese, part 38, let's get it!
Life throws her lemons. She makes bricks.
Bang!
PSA to anyone watching, she is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet, man.
Bang!
I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom. Pecan? Butter pecan?
Bang!
Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops.
What? Bang!
And even the commentators sound like PR agents on damage control. You know it's rough. She contributed in other ways, like how a walk-on cameo in Survivor, Sideline Edition. Maybe she spent most of the night jogging in sneakers, allergic to jump shots. The camera caught her looking spaced out, like she was mentally prepping her audition for a new reality series. The stat hoarders of the W, where the numbers don't matter, as long as you serve looks.
Because I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her, but not. It's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine.
Angel used to strut in like she owned the runway, lashes curled, nails fierce, energy loud. But that 4-point showing screamed I peaked in college like it was an anthem. This ain't the Bayou Barbie revolution we were promised. It's starting to feel more like desperate hoopers of the WNBA. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's out here getting clobbered, doubled, elbowed. I stand still tossing dimes and drilling. Threes like it's a neighborhood shoot-around. Angel had the setup, Caitlyn was out. The spotlight was hers. The moment was teed up and she still...
Elaborate a little bit more on that in just a second, but before I do that, I want to ask you your thoughts about apparently some racial animus that was thrown in the direction of Angel Reese. The Chicago Sky have gotten involved, talking about they're going to protect their players at all costs. The WNBA has issued a statement saying it abhors and discourages hate of any kind, etc., etc. Your thoughts about it? Here's the WNBA statement. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Your thoughts about that element of all of this, where you believe it emanates from, and do you think it will ever subside?
Yeah, 12 rebounds. We get it, but hustle isn't impact when the scoreboard tells a different story. You can grab every missed shot like you're on a treasure hunt, but if you're clanking your own shots off the rim, it's just noise. Angel's rebounding like it's a game of pick-em and catching them all, but doing nothing with them.
Gotta catch them all, she said, then never use them.
Oh man, the latter part of that, Stephen A, is quite the thing to think on. I think when you go back to the impetus of the rivalry that we have between Caitlyn and Angel Reese, I remember funny clips on the internet.
Another diabolical stat. She's 19 of 59 from less than 5 feet away. How about that, man? Bang! She should work at housekeeping for hotels because she can turn it over quickly. Lost by 27, scored only 4 points against the Indiana Fever. I mentioned no Caitlin Clark, no problem, give and go. Like a given no shot of working. Bang!
You prefer car or plane?
Car plane for what? For how you want to travel! That's too many steps in. You can't do that. Bang!
Now, the whispers are turning into sides. You know, the ones about her comparing herself to MJ. This ain't varsity locker room banter, it's the pros. If you're not scoring, you're just staging outfit reveals and keeping the bench warm. MVP talk. That's starting to sound more like most visible presence on the sideline. If her minutes keep shrinking, she might need to consult her glam team before hitting up the playbook.
I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader outside of rebounding her own missed layups. What does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night, and for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
This was supposed to be the year Angel's breakout. Her I told you so season. Instead, we're watching a highlight reel. In reverse, the hype, massive, the drop-off, brutal. Right now, Angel Reese is giving TikTok challenge vibes, came in hot, took a shaky step, and now we're watching her slow-mo tumble. Remember the milk crate challenge? That's her arc. Started strong, wobbled, and we're all just waiting for the crash landing.
Caitlin Clark's or Angel Reese's popularity in large part is attributed to her behavior towards Caitlin Clark, because when Caitlin Clark was busy taunting opponents a couple of years back before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so, it was Angel Reese that was clapping back at Caitlin Clark once it was Caitlin Clark's turn to have her comeuppance. And that's what made Angel Reese famous. Now, Angel Reese experienced vitriol thereafter. It was tough for her to deal with, as she articulated.
Let's clear one thing up. People wanted Angel Reese to win. She entered the W like a headline with legs. The drama, the flash, the Bayou Barbie buzz. She was a walking marketing campaign, Caitlyn's rival, a storyline made for primetime, but all that glitter fades fast when your stat line looks like something from JV tryouts. 4 points again, unless she's doing some abstract performance art on inefficiency. This ain't cutting it. Fans are logging on, tuning in, and asking, wait, that's it. Twitter's not in orts, in shock. And even her loyal defenders are now dropping think pieces titled, "You just don't get her greatness." Girl, please. She's struggling out there like a flip phone trying to download TikTok.
Well, there's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it, roasting, sauteed, whatever your form of cooking may be. But the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled the Chicago Sky.
Makes this worse. Caitlin Clark is injured and still running the league's narrative from the sidelines. She's chilling with an ankle wrapped, casually, sipping electrolytes while Angel's out there looking like she forgot what sport she signed up for. Yet somehow Caitlyn's still the one everyone's watching. That's when it gets awkward. The whispers start. Front office folks mumbling stuff like player development, code for we don't know how to say this out loud. But yikes, this guy didn't draft a TikTok trend, they wanted a franchise cornerstone. Instead, they got a rebounding machine with a scoring phobia.
There's only women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee? Kiss the ring? Like, what do you want from them? We cannot, every time the girl plays a game, she got 40 games, guys. She got 35 more games. We are not, every single game, gonna revisit and retread this same tired-ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful they have been.
Let's be real, WNBA teams want assassins on the court, not just athletes with popping lashes and grind mode bios. If you're gonna flex on IG, back it up with more than 4-4-12 shooting and positive vibes. Even Stephen A probably had to double-check the box score, clean his glasses, and shout into the void for points. This isn't Baton Rouge anymore. The WNBA isn't a nostalgia tour or a cardio camp. No one's giving out trophies for hustle and hair volume. If the numbers don't match the hype, no one cares how fierce your tunnel walk is.
What an outfit Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pre-game catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game?
Every minute Angel spends on the floor without production turns up the pressure. This isn't college ball. You don't get participation minutes because you once trended on Twitter. Coaches in the W don't play favorites. When your efficiency plummets, so does your floor time. No assists, no points, no defensive clamps. You're just out there doing wind sprints in front of 10,000 people. Angel's not just playing basketball, she's fighting to keep her seat at the table in a league where hype has a shorter shelf life than a trending meme.
News comes along, and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting. 4th in the league, her rookie year.
Wow.
Outstanding. She's like Steph Curry. She could pull up from anywhere. You understand? She has that kind of capability. Didn't win a national championship. Lost to LSU one year. Lost to South Carolina another year. But she's outstanding and clearly worthy of being the #1 overall pick. And what I was saying to everybody is ride the wave. Rising tide lifts all boats.
It's no longer about what Angel could be, it's about what she isn't. If this doesn't turn around fast, we're getting a 30 for 30 in 2035 titled Angel Reese, the hype that missed. Cue the sad piano, a slow-mo turnover, and a voiceover whispering what went wrong. Meanwhile, poor Tyler Marsh is out here trying to unlock her game like she's a secret character in NBA 2K. He's tried everything power forward, small ball 5, weird wing stuff. At this point, he's probably scribbling plays in Morse code. But here's the kicker. It doesn't matter where you put her if she can't convert. It's like rearranging furniture in a haunted house, same ghosts, different room. Chicago, we've got a problem.
Balled at Iowa in college. She's balled since she's been in the NBA. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard. When it was really all said and done, we know what she brings to the table.
Angel's jogging around in circles. Caitlin Clark injured. Caitlin Clark is still the face of the league. She could be in a boot, shooting granny shots from a chair, and she'd still outplay Angel in both box score and buzz. Even on her worst day, Clark affects the game, dropping dimes, drilling threes, pulling defenders like she's gravity in Nikes. And Angel, her stat line reads like she's trying to avoid the ball. Fans see it. When she gets a touch, it's not hype, it's a collective groan, like watching someone forget their email password on live TV. This guy is spinning her position like musical chairs, hoping something clicks. That's not strategy, that's desperation.
Actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
Well, she's better at everything.
And
she had a triple-double. She's tied for the third most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
Let's call it. Angel's not delivering, not adjusting, not improving. Her impact begins and ends with rebounds, and even that's starting to wear thin. The problem, there are rookies itching to prove they belong, and Angel's still stuck in pregame mode. Caitlin isn't coming back to fit in, she's coming back to take over. And when she's dropping 20 a night again, Angel's 4-point ghost games are going to age like sour milk. The W doesn't need tunnel fits and sound bites, it needs impact. You don't stay in this league for being marketable, you stay for putting numbers on the board. And right now, the scoreboard's snitching.
Unfortunately, it comes with the crown.
I got to push back on you a little bit.
Okay.
I think you're being a little bit too PC. Let's call it what it is. I am not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong. What I'm saying is by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong with it. Now, yes, you are 22. Yes, you are young. And there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough, especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows this social media. She is not dumb.
Think the locker room isn't feeling this. Imagine hustling for 10 hard-earned minutes off the bench while Angel logs 30 and barely scratches the stat sheet. That kills chemistry. And from a front office view, this has to feel like a full-blown identity crisis. You didn't draft a meme, you built a whole campaign around her. Fans were promised a rivalry, Caitlin versus Angel, Iowa versus LSU, the college clash reborn in the W. What did they get? Caitlin in a boot dropping dimes and Angel running around like a Peloton instructor on rest day. They wanted fireworks, got a sparkler in the rain.
Jackie Robinson of the WNBA will be Caitlin Clark if she stays healthy. There's a group of them that would hope for her to be out. But
why do you say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the WNBA?
Well,
it's not like she's the first white girl.
She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these, you know, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college basketball female basketball players last 30 years, and you watch I know her, she's our meat, but you look at some of these names, you see some of these people on how they do.
If this trend keeps going, it's not even funny anymore, it's sad. Angel's turning into the cautionary tale while Clark rises like a comet. It's the classic case of branding versus ball. And spoiler, production always wins. If the Sky want results, they need to stop crossing their fingers for magic. Because right now, Angel isn't the answer, she's a flashing warning sign, a caution label. If she doesn't flip the script soon, she won't just be losing games, but losing her job. The WNBA doesn't wait around. You perform or you vanish. As simple as that. And if you're still holding out for the next Reese misstep, drop a baby giraffe in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Tap that next video, we'll see you there.